Welcome, welcome to the Earth is Ghetto podcast. Now, you may have noticed our background has changed a little bit. Okay, we are turning over a new leaf. Okay, we're gonna start giving you so much content you won't even know what to do with it all. Okay, but please welcome to the Earth is Ghetto podcast. I am Sid,
and I am Aaron. Welcome to our new era. A new.
Just a brand new space for us all to be in, and I'm so excited. Okay, let's get to work though.
So, all right.
You know what I mean? Let me go ahead and get some pillows behind me. Okay. So first and foremost, let's get to our mental health check-in. Aaron.
Y'all, I'm feeling pretty good. Yes, we're fucked. Yes, there is something we can do about it. Prep and organize. But regardless of all of these things that's going on, seems like every single day there's fucking breaking news. Trump said this. White supremacists doing this.
Don Lemon's in jail.
Maga Minaj strikes again. It's just, I'm glad to be surrounded by people that love me and that I love. We are literally all that we have. Sydney and Mallory are keeping me sane right now, and just focusing on my hobbies, focusing on my music. That's also keeping me sane because I feel like we sleep on the arts. They want us to sleep on the arts because art does bring in community, build community. So I said, I think I'm going to do that and not feel bad about it. Because I've been feeling bad about it for the longest, and I feel like that's why I kind of neglected it. But I'm tired. I was exhausted. So here I am now, feeling pretty good. My mental health is doing really good. I'm feeling very wholesome, very thankful right now.
Beautiful. For me, it's a lot of mixed feelings because there are certain things I feel really good about. I feel good about a lot of the changes that I'm trying to make in my own life. When you are unemployed, it is so easy to slip into a really, really deep depression. The world convinces you that you're not worthy. The world convinces you that you don't deserve when you aren't bringing any kind of profit. That's just the way it is. And when I say my depression got to such a degree where I was just like, it was a dark place. And deciding that I'm going to do something about it makes me feel really, really good. At the same time, with everything that's going on in the world, I am scared for family. I am scared for friends. And this is whether they are a citizen or not. I'm just scared for all my people, But what I will say is that, like Aaron said, I'm so glad to be in community with the people that I'm in community with. And this also is really a shout out to the viewers because you are also in our community as well. And to know that you listen to us, to know that you actually want to hear the nutty shit that we have to say is really everything. And if we can get to this podcast to a place where we can finally quit this life of crime, aka working for a capitalist nation, and be able to live off of the art that we do, there is nothing sweeter that I can think of. But yeah.
Moving on.
Oh God, here we go.
To the fuckery of it all. Kanye West has put out an apology letter. He is sorry for the things that he's done and the anti-blackness and the anti-Semitism and the homophobia and the colorism. All of the things. He has put out an apology letter for that. I have it pulled up. First of all, what were your thoughts when you heard that he put out that apology?
Honestly, my first thought was, when's the album? But I was being facetious. I was like, nah, come on, that's silly. Because who would do that? We would see through that if you were to do something like that. Come on. But, yeah.
The album was supposed to come out today, and I believe that he moved it to sometime in March, which also is kind of like very telling. Like you would have told on yourself either way with the initial release date and now the new one, but
did you think waiting 2 months was gonna make us good?
But you know what? Before I read some of this letter, that also goes to show you how these celebrities know that it doesn't take much for their fans to forget about a lot of the stuff that they do, because all they have to do is, okay, just give it time. Y'all forget anyways because y'all still love me and my work at the end of the day. Buy this, buy that, buy that. But in 3 months, when y'all forget about the things that I've done. Anyways.
Okay, so let's go ahead and read the apology letter. Go ahead. I feel like black and white is good for this. Go ahead.
To those I've hurt. 25 years ago, I was in a car accident that broke my jaw and caused injury to the right frontal lobe of my brain. At the same time, the focus was on the visible damage, the fracture, the swelling, and the immediate physical trauma. The deeper injury, the one inside my skull, went unnoticed. Comprehensive scans were not done. Neurological exams were limited, and the possibility of a frontal lobe injury was never raised. I wasn't properly diagnosed until 2023. That medical oversight caused serious damage to my mental health and led to my bipolar type 1 diagnosis.
Bipolar disorder comes with its own defense system. Denial. When you're manic, you don't think you're sick. You think everyone else is overreacting. You feel like you're seeing the world more clearly than ever. When in reality, you're losing your grip entirely. Once people label you as crazy, you feel as if you cannot contribute anything meaningful to the world. It's easy for people to joke and laugh it off, haha, when in fact, this is a very serious, debilitating disease you can die from. According to the World Health Organization, and Cambridge University, people with bipolar disorder have a life expectancy that is shortened by 10 to 15 years on average, and a 2 to 3 times higher all-cause mortality rate than the general population. This is on par with severe heart disease, type 1 diabetes, HIV, and cancer. Oh Jesus. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. All lethal and fatal if left untreated. The scariest thing about this disorder is how persuasive it is when it tells you you don't need help. It makes you blind, but convince you have insight. You feel powerful, certain, unstoppable. I lost touch with reality.
Gasp.
Things got worse the longer I ignored the problem. I said and did things I deeply regret. Some of the people I love the most, I treated the worst.
Now read this, Frank. He gave the black community just a little bit.
To the black community. Is this one sentence? Anyway. To the black community, which held me down through all of the highs and lows and the darkest of times. The black community is unquestionably the foundation of who I am. I'm so sorry to have let you down. I love us.
Bully, the album, comes out in March, by the way. I just wanted to let you guys know that.
I have to read about what he said to the Jewish community. In that fractured state, I gravitated toward the most destructive symbol I could find, the swastika. Nigga, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Yo, if you're Jewish and you accept this, I'm looking at you fucking sideways. But moving on. And even sold t-shirts bearing it. One of the difficult aspects of having bipolar type 1 are the disconnected moments, many of which I still cannot recall. Oh, I don't remember, bitch. That led to poor judgment and reckless behavior that oftentimes feels like an out-of-body experience. I regret and am deeply mortified by the actions in that state and am committed to accountability, treatment, and meaningful change. It doesn't excuse what I did. I am not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people.
So I just want to say this. As someone who is bipolar, I'm type 2, but it is still bipolar, a type of bipolar disorder. I may not have as many manic episodes, but I do have not to sound like this, I have type 1 bipolar friends. And they have all said that that is bullshit. You do not have to, having this quote unquote illness does not mean that you should just, oh, now I'm a Nazi now, but it's not truly who I am. No, that's not how that works. And while, yes, we do go through psychosis. Yes, we do. It is a scary thing, and it needs to be taken more serious. Never did I decide, hey, let me find me a Klansman outfit. And then, on top of that, like...
I'm sorry. I'm just seeing you going through, like, all kinds of, like, Faith Farm stores and being like, do you have any swastika, like, outfits, like, in the back, maybe? Like, I just need something, Yeah. They wouldn't let me buy it from them, because,
And it's so annoying because there are some people who are eating this up and saying, "Oh well, see that I knew bipolar people were crazy because that's why you can't." The stigma. There's already a stigma behind being bipolar. There's already a stigma and stereotypes with it, and people who use this shit like, "Oh, she's so bipolar. What's wrong with her?" Mm-hmm. They are eating this up and thinking that this is how we really are.
I think the biggest issue that I'm having is that I don't have bipolar, but I do have empathy, right? Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine having any type of bipolar and having someone somehow be the face of it. And now people are looking at me insane. And now there's going to be such a lack of like empathy. There's such a lack of, and we already dehumanize people who have any type of mental illness. We dehumanize them in such a huge rate. This nigga just got money. And you're willing to forgive them, but you're not going to go ahead and forgive the person who's got bipolar type 1 or type 2 on the street who is homeless. You're not going to give them a fucking shot. But because this nigga made some albums that you like, you're going to. I probably have more to say about this than I would like.
It's so much to say about this,
look,
really.
I honestly feel like
I'm still kind of
maybe as a person with a touch of the tism, I see such a very disingenuous nature that comes from this letter. It sounds like he and ChatGPT had a beautiful relationship, and this is what he came out with. And you know what's worse? The people who are accepting it, a lot of times aren't even a part of the communities that he harmed. This man had on a whole black Klansman hood. I don't know if that was real funny to him. Probably. But this is a person who doesn't care. This is a person who is coming out with a new album and realizes, just like Sydney Sweeney had to, you can't just go ahead and say some crazy shit and there be no backlash.
Yeah.
Especially when your shit is already shaky in the community. You know what I'm saying? You're not Beyonce. Sorry.
It's just, I really, and speaking of bipolar, so Maga Minaj.
Oh.
Because this isn't me trying to be funny, I believe she has it as well.
She comes up in a later topic, so.
Mm-hmm. And people are just justifying being hatred to people who have bipolar because of not just Kanye, but her as well. Because people are saying, oh, I knew Nicki Minaj was bipolar, which means she been cray-cray and she this and she that. And that's how they are. That's how bipolar people are. Like, again, using like plural, like putting this all in one box.
Othered language.
Yeah. It's like, we're not all like that. It actually isn't like that.
And then to have more people like Kanye West, go ahead and make it more, just make it easier to write people with bipolar off because of his own bad behavior. And the reason is because you don't want to actually have him be held responsible for his own actions. So you'd rather blame it on the fact that he's bipolar. Mm-hmm. It's like somebody drinks and they feel up a bitch. I get drunk That doesn't happen.
Yep.
Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who go ahead and get drunk or get fucked up and they don't say racial slurs. You can't go ahead and say it was the tequila that made me do it. You just refuse to go ahead and take responsibility for your own actions and your own subconscious biases. Period. And you would rather blame the fact that you don't have a mother, that you were in a horrible car accident, that all of these things happen. I'm not going to go ahead and get personal, but I guess I'll get a little personal. I grew up in a very, very had a very abusive childhood. You know, when somebody goes ahead and decides to go and light up a fucking hot iron and punch you in the face with it, I feel like you'll go ahead and think to yourself, oh, when I get older, there's nothing anybody can tell me. But I actually have empathy. So I can't use that as an excuse for bad behavior. Oh, my father dislocated both my knees. He did all kinds of horrific things to me. I have all kinds of reasons to be fucked up. I've just made a conscious decision not to. And it's not easy, by the way.
Oof. Trying to tell you.
Anybody who's got a fucked up childhood, you think that shit is easy? Especially us being basically co-parents right now. I'm having to be the parent I never had.
I'm having to relearn myself all over again. Because had to be an adult at such a young age. Had to go through things that I never would have thought I would see at the age of 8 or 9. Never thought I'd have to see at 11, 12 under an interstate bridge because I had nowhere else to stay, or a park bench, or and here I am still not going to use that as a way to do some fucked up shit.
I can't go ahead and say that. I feel like it's almost like when you see white boys who shoot up schools, we will always say they were a troubled teen. But God forbid a black person shoots somebody. Then they were a crackhead. The $20 bill they gave was fake. He was on drugs. All kinds of bullshit. And this man's money encapsulates him to be able to have that same type of privilege. Which is the reason why I bring it up. I'm being honest. This is just, these two things just correlate. You know what I mean?
Have way too much money to be.
Just too much money and too much power and too many people who are willing to fall for it. And all I can say in reference to Kanye West, I don't believe a fucking word you say. And I think that you were just trying to get away from accountability the way you always have. And to be honest with you, people see such a crazy change that happened with Kanye West. I look back on it as a person who used to be one of your biggest fans. You were always like this. You are always an attention-seeking whore from the beginning. Now, the cracks that people are seeing as you go ahead and parade around your naked wife everywhere.
Okay, because he been doing that a lot.
To the point where I'm wondering, I'm not accusing nobody, but it's giving trafficked. Do you know what I mean? It's giving you ain't got no choices and this is just what you have to do to stay a part of the collective.
Yep.
That's what that's giving me, but that's not for me to say, and I ain't know nothing. All right, but yeah, I am actually just worried for the people who take this as a sincere and genuine apology. If you take this as a sincere and genuine apology, I have beachfront property in Idaho to sell you.
He knows a lot of his white fans are going to take it as sincere and as an apology because a lot of his white fans
and boot-looking black fans,
girl,
they'll take it. They'll take it. Let me tell you something. There have been people who are such huge fans of Kanye. They've been waiting on this apology just so they can go back to being fans of his.
Yep.
I'm being honest with you. There are some people who are just waiting with bated breath. Please, nigga, apologize so I can play this goddamn album. Yeah. I just want to play College Dropout one more time without thinking about your fucking swastika. So just so you could go ahead and give this apology, give them what they want so they could go ahead and put your ass back in rotation. I'm not stupid. Because there are some people who are a little bit too close to the parasocial relationship. That's just what it is.
Yeah. And they know that.
Yeah, literally. But next guys.
I guess since I accidentally brought her up, do you want to talk about the Maga Minaj thing? Since I kind of low key, I said damn. But I mean, the parallels are there because the narcissism, the egocentric, like all of it.
Listen, you know what? We can talk about Maga Minaj as well as a little bit of Don Lemon because I got some words for you. Which, by the way, the fact that you're in jail right now is fucking crazy. The fact that you're in fucking jail right now is fucking nuts. Just putting that out there. But go ahead, Fred. Let me know. Speak your piece on Miss the Queen of Rape. Rap. I mean, sorry.
Do you want to play the video first? Or you want me to say it first?
Go say it first.
Okay.
Right?
So I also, again, I'm going to keep saying this. I blame the Barbs for all of this. Of course, now the Barbs are saying, "Oh, well, she's playing chess. Y'all sound stupid as fuck." She's trying to. She's been telling y'all since her older music, "Oh, I'm voting for Mitt Romney. I'm a Republican." She's been saying this shit in some of her older lyrics. And now y'all are trying to have Zoom meetings, trying to come up with shit. Oh, how can we defend this?
Yep. You can't.
You can't.
Spoiler alert.
Unless you agree with it. And you can try to retwist it, remix, and try to find something all you want to make yourself feel better. You can't get out of this. Either you're with this shit that she's in, that she's on, or you're not.
I'm still looking at the black queer sideways who are still siding with her after everything with Kenneth Petty. The people who are siding with her now, even still, as she is at the RNC, licking Diaper Dawn's dirty ass, is fucking insane.
I wish that, I'm just gonna say it, there's like a rise of like red pill type shit in the black gay community.
Oh, talk about it. You ain't never lied, man. You ain't never lied.
A lot of y'all are pretty damn conservative.
And when I say black queers, I'm talking all of the leg booty community.
Mm-hmm. Leg booty. I like that. What would that even look like? Leg booty.
Of all of all of the leg booty community, the LGBT
the leg of bigger tickets. Okay.
Okay. What do y'all like to say? The ABC Mafia? What y'all like to say? Whatever. Rainbow Mafia.
Child. It's very telling. It's very concerning, and this is also why it's also hard to date. I'm gonna say it. Yes. Are you gonna take it there? I absolutely have to. It's hard to date because a lot of y'all have conservative values still, and it's so crazy because you are black and queer. Everything that this country, this state, the empire hates.
Yep.
Our existence is inherently radical. So it's so sad to see y'all stand behind this woman who is clearly saying, "Bitch, I don't care about y'all's existence. I never did. I never advocated for it. Y'all just put that out there. I never advocated for y'all." And she didn't.
Every time you decided to pretend that she was, as she baited you into buying her tickets and making her a fucking millionaire, which she still couldn't hold on to because her house was going into foreclosure and she was about to lose that bitch. And then she finally paid off the $500,000 that she owed that security guard for her husband trying to kill him.
Oh, but she playing chess, so she gonna get that money back with Trump. Y'all are pathetic. Y'all are pathetic. Oh, we got him. We tap dancing for Massa. That's playing chess.
Have a curious allegiance to losers. Shout out to Cal Williams and his relaxer. Okay.
Okay. Because it be relaxing, honey.
Listen, he be doing fly with. I remember back in the day. Listen, don't play with Cal Williams, okay?
It's relaxing.
He's stupid. But no, I'm when it comes to Nicki Minaj in particular, I think that the most disgusting part of it is the fact that. So let me backtrack to Don Lemon real quick.
I'm weak.
Don Lemon and Nicki Minaj was having words, right? Cool. They was having words, back and forth. Nicki Minaj has the most disgusting shit talking about how this nigga gay, blah, 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 blah. And then this man talks about how he believes that she's undocumented and she needs to be deported. This is the question that I have for Don Lemon. As you try and support and protect, or that's not your business, because you're just a journalist, right? You just report on the goings on. You're not trying to protect anybody. That's what I'm realizing, because when you said that, I was just like, you were reporting on ICE agents, literally using the same exact rhetoric. And just so you know, she's actually not undocumented. But you said that. You put that in a public platform. Now, do you think I give a fuck about Nicki Minaj? Queen of, you know, I heard somebody call her the queen of rape, and I was just like, yep.
Yeah.
Rap. Sorry.
No,
this is my bad.
Whoops.
So, I know who this woman is. Vile. This woman is vile. This is a coked out, droopy, booty, I can't believe what BBL smell like type bitch. We are not about to go ahead and pretend that Nicki Minaj is anything to defend. But how are you defending? Because this is my whole thing. This is why I realize you're not defending anybody. Because I'm like, how are you defending anybody? And you're actually using the same rhetoric that people are dying from right now. It's like when you get upset with somebody and you call them fat. Other fat niggas gonna be like, what the fuck I do to you, bitch?
Yep.
Can you go ahead and insult them for something real without your lazy ass reads?
That'd be like if I had a straight cis woman, her and I were friends, and she called someone else a fag because her and that gay man got into it. Oh well, you prudent, you a little sweet anyway. Like fuck you, and I'm over here like, okay, so that tells me everything because it does. Because it's been in your heart this whole time.
Because that's not your politic, my love. You don't give a fuck about undocumented people. You don't give a fuck about immigrants. You don't give a fuck about anything. What you give a fuck about is making sure that you have clicks and views. And the people who are defending it saying like, well, you know, that's kind of what's going on right now, blah, blah, blah. Do you know how much Nicki Minaj has done? She literally, when we was talking about COVID, talk about how her cousin lost his balls or some shit because he took the COVID shot. Are you fucking out of your mind? Do you know how much shit you could have said about Nicki Minaj?
I remember when she said that shit. I was like, girl, oh my God. Also, and again, but this is like classic blue MAGA, like liberal type language rhetoric that he's saying. Because how often do we hear, oh, I'm gonna call ICE on their ass because you get Hispanics for Trump. I'm gonna call ICE on you. And it's like I've seen
Hispanics do it. I've seen Latin people do it to other Latin people. And when I say, it's like, I need y'all to understand these are lazy ass reads. These are things that I had to understand. As a person who used to do stand up at one point, you have to realize that punching down is just not fucking funny. It's lowbrow shit. And it honestly takes more intelligence to actually come up with jokes that don't do that. That's why all of these like swollen comedians are getting so upset about what's happening right now. Because people are begging for more than what you're able to give them, because it's the same tired old reads. They're fat, they're black, they're gay, they dark, they like okay.
All you're doing is just saying people that exist in the world. Oh, you gay? Well, yes, that gay people exist. So what now? What are you going to do about our existence besides nothing? Because we're still here. I'm still queer.
You know what I mean?
Like you know,
it's just like. When it comes to, and now you're in jail, which I'm so fucking upset about, because you really don't have a dog in this fight. You literally just went into the church and interviewed people, period. And that is something, because I can walk and chew gum as I go and be like, what the fuck was that? And be like, somebody needs to hurry up and get Don Lemon the fuck out of jail. The fuck is happening?
Yeah.
That's nuts. Like, and I feel like a lot of people don't know what nuance is. I can go ahead and say that this is fucked up and also be like, hey, that sounds like a human rights violation. Get that nigga out of jail.
I don't know why it's so hard for people to do that. Never will understand it.
It feels like there's almost a stand culture for everything.
Like, I can call out, let's say a racist, a conservative, what's her name? The Republican trans woman.
Oh, Caitlyn Jenner?
I can say, I can call her out for her bullshit and her white supremacist ass views and not be transphobic.
And not misgender her. And just be like, hey, listen, you're just a racist ass fucking lady. Like, I don't have to go ahead and be like, because y'all will go ahead and y'all will just do too much. That's really what it boils down to. And you guys don't want to actually stick to the issue because it would take too much work and research for you to be able to roast the fuck out of somebody sticking to the issue. So you've decided that it's easier for you to just go at the fact that they're trans or that they're whatever. That's just what's easiest for you. It's when like Glorilla came out with that song and she kept on saying, just dark, black, dark, black, black, dark. And I'm just like, oh, this feels a little, When she said he looked like the inside of a cyst, I fell out of my bed. Yeah. I fell out of my bed. I said, inside of a cyst, jeez. Everything else though, it felt very targeted.
It's like, I can't sit here and talk about colorism and how it's bad and how it's fucked up, and then when I get mad, call someone a burnt roach or some shit. And they'd be like, oh, but also we need to end these oppressive systems. I can't sit here and talk about how we shouldn't be anti-fat and fat-phobic and then call someone else fat when I get upset. It just doesn't it's just too contradictory, and also you're not a serious person. You're just full of shit at that point.
You cannot dismantle the master's house with the master's tools. Shout out to Bell Hooks, who also is very problematic sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we just have to be honest about certain things with ourselves, and I feel like it's really sad that we cannot. Listen, we gonna move on, but
because it'd be the folks that be like, oh, I'm gonna take it to hell, and it's like, okay, but it's like, it seems like sometimes when y'all say I'm gonna take it to hell, it's like y'all be excited. Oh, I can't wait to say some transphobic stuff about this person. It's like, oh, well, I'm gonna take it to hell. I'm gonna take it to hell. The people that always say that aren't really down for the cause in the first place. Then.
Because for me, when I say I'm going to take it to hell, when I read somebody, I read them because I know them. Mm-hmm. I know what you're about to do. And you already know what I be doing when I be reading people. Like, no. I don't have to come for your looks or your identity. I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
But you need wit. You need intelligence. You need quickness to do that.
Because you say, oh, well, you suck dick. That's not going to hurt my feelings, baby. That's one of my favorite things.
And the sky is blue. Like what?
I don't understand. Because that's like the first thing straight men go to. Oh, well, you feminine. Bitch, yeah, I'm a human being. We all have that in us. And I don't hate myself. Bitch, you have the key to lock yourself in the cage of your masculinity. And you still don't want to get yourself out. And now you are lonely. But bitch, it's all your fucking fault. Because you want to uphold these systems.
Male loneliness epidemic and whatnot. Just
so,
saying.
Bitch, you wish you could be me.
Just saying. So we have this video, and then we are going to move on. Hold on, let me see. Is this the one? Nah, this is the one. Let's make this a little bit bigger for the people so you can see it. There you go. Let go.
It's a Trump gold residency card, and they serve basically the same function. Now, I can't even tell if she's trolling or not, because the barbs keep saying, oh, she has a plan, just wait. She's a rage baiter, she's a mastermind, she's playing chess, not checkers. Okay, what is the plan? Do you know the plan? Is the plan in the room with us right now? I'm confused. This does not look like some mastermind situation to me. If this is true, it looks very simple. She wanted something and she got it, and she did what she needed to do and cozied up to who she needed to cozy up with to get it. That's it. And mind you, again, I still don't even know if she's trolling. Nobody has confirmed her citizenship status. Is she a citizen? Is she not? I don't know. But I need everybody to stop acting like this is some type of 4D chess match. Like she just needs 30 more seconds to bypass the firewall and crack the mainframe. Like that's not what this gives to me. Well, it's not a Trump check. It's a Trump gold residency card, and they serve basically the same function. Now, I can't even...
Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, man.
Wow. I'm just thinking about how do you think if she does, how do you think she's going to come back from this? What do you think her plan would be?
You know what? My first thought is like, if you really did get your citizenship, just to go and do all this tap dancing, and she just did like a whole video she just did a whole thing with him where I didn't even want to play it, to be honest. Go look it up. I didn't even want to play that shit because honestly, the sound of her voice being like, he's my favorite person, was just way too fucking much for me, and I'm just not gonna go through with it. I'm just not. Sorry, go ahead. I was gonna say, if she can come back from this, I'll be honest with you. The only way she can come back from this is first she has to deeply apologize in a way that it actually seems genuine. I think she's incapable. Secondly, she would have to go away for a minimum of 4 to 5 years after she divorces that man. Correct? Then she would have to come back after she's had several dialect coaches and a lot of acting classes so that she can actually go ahead and star in some miniseries or movie and be nominated for something. That is the only time anybody's going to take Nicki Minaj serious again.
And she also needs to sincerely apologize to Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh yeah, no, that has happened. That's
all connected.
No, that is 100% in that apology. And when I say the apology, I'm talking like she has to apologize to Meg Thee Stallion. She has to apologize about COVID. She has to apologize about Kenneth Petty and defending him. She probably doesn't have to apologize for her brother because the way that y'all feel about family ties is weird. But she has, like, when I say there's a long list of things that she actually is going to have to apologize for in order for this to be able to go through, and then she needs a 4 to 5 year hiatus. She has to come out acting. And only after she gets nominated for something can she ever go back to music. I mean that shit. Anyway, what do you think?
And that's not going to happen, so that's the end of her career. You did this to yourself, girl. I've been synced it since 2018.
Rest in peace.
Like, play stupid games.
Win stupid prizes. All right, next on the roster. Let me go ahead and make this small again. Okay, so next topic is... Okay, so let's talk about ICE kettling ACAB and Keith Porter's GoFundMe. Oh my God. So let's go ahead and so I want us to go ahead and listen to this video first. This video is more about the things that we can prepare ourselves with and what we can do in next steps, and then we're going to come back and discuss all of this.
Types of notifications I am
That's not what was supposed to happen.
Getting now. So who knows how much longer I will be on here, either by choice or force. Likely force, because fuck is you talking about? You're gonna have to kick me out the club. I'm not just leaving. But if you plan to take any nugget from Shaking Sheets, Nia Allah, take this question. Does my community have a value system aside from money that we can use to survive? Because the US dollar is about to collapse very soon, way sooner than more people are prepared for. Its value is about to be very depreciated. It will not mean shit. It's going to stretch much less, and that will become apparent honestly by the time we hit the World Cup, when we are hosting games, which is going to be a shit show, and the US is going to ensure that it is, because the point is to be abandoned by the rest of the globe. They are trying to force us into a deep period of isolation so that there's less eyes and witnesses and oversight on the technological plantation they have been structuring and fortifying all this time, between the AI of it all and the tech giants. You get it. Like, there's already some talk from some officials in European nations about boycotting the US arm of the games, and this is where I really want people to put their thinking caps on. When we look at the geography of the US, look where we sit in North America. What's right above Canada? Right. When we talk about transportation being unreliable in the American context, I know folks usually think we're only talking about like high-speed rail and commercial airlines domestically, but you need to think about this in a broader capacity. Again, look at the landmass the US sits on. How accessible is it really? If you got rid of planes today, how accessible is the US? If you got rid of ships today, how accessible is the US? If, let's say, we were dealing with like large amounts of sanctions, commercial airlines that refuse to fly into the country, how easy is it to get here from other nations in the globe? Why would our inaccessibility matter for what I'm talking about? Because of the climate. Because of climate change. Because, like me and other people have been talking about, they know that we're looking at about 1 billion climate refugees in the next 25 years. All those people are pretty equatorial. They're at or below the equator. They're gonna have to travel north, where human life is still sustainable. And where are we? Right. Isolating us has multiple purposes. We can do evil, nefarious shit here within our borders, and we can de-incentivize people seeking refuge from the many equatorial countries impacted by the empire, by our global terror. Where are 1 billion people going to go in the next 24 years? Ask yourself that. Where can 1 billion people go in the next 24 years? They sure as fuck don't want them here. So again, if you don't remember anything I ever tell you, remember this. The powers that be are not trying to outrun the collapse of empire. They're trying to maneuver the collapse of empire into a global state of isolation for the US. They're trying to pull the one positive out of this whole scenario for them, which is militantly, violently controlling who gets in and out of the continent, not the country, because of how much of this landmass we sit on and occupy and the power we have on it. Not if, when that dollar collapses, when its value depreciates, when it doesn't mean shit, you're still going to be expected to work, but you're also going to still be expected to pay bills. If you know anything about what we have done across the globe, destabilized nations, you should know that war doesn't stop people from having to pay rent, from having to pay mortgages, from having to buy food, from having to use currency. And they will make sure every ounce of currency has to come from the powers that be, the government, the military, the police, etc., the tech giants, and that every cent has to go to them as well. Meaning you're going to have to start getting really crafty about how you get your shit, because it will not be with money. Your access to it is going to be limited, and it's going to be for very specific uses, the most basic survival uses. So again, I ask, what have you and your community done to structure a barter system, an exchange system void of the dollar that lets people still get their needs met? What does your life look like in a tech blackout? And an internet blackout, because we don't control the internet. I tell you that all the time. What does it look like if everyone you know had their bank account froze today? Because you don't control that either. And who's going to enforce them giving you your money? Your digital cloud money. Like, all of the pieces we've been talking about have very specific purposes. And again, the writing is on the wall. Climate denialism, the COVID denialism, all on purpose. It calls the crop. Great population control, great for increasing social apathy, and an alley-oop for a country that wants to go into isolation right before 1 billion people need a new home because theirs are underwater or ravaged by natural disaster or uninhabitable and below the equator. Stop thinking they don't have a plan post-empire. They do. They always have. It's going accordingly. How are you and yours going to respond? What have you learned from the collapse of empire historically? Or what a destabilized nation and regime change looks like everywhere else? Because we've done it plenty. You have plenty of examples to look at. What have you learned? How do you implement it in your community? Not with your friend group, not with Bay, your community. The people hyper local to you who you have to survive amongst because you're in proximity. And there's going to be no other option. What does your life look like beyond the US dollar? What does your community look like beyond the US dollar? How do you all survive it? If you don't have a plan, you need to make a plan yesterday. But today's what you got. And I would do so quickly because it's coming.
Whew.
And then when we talk about things like this, people will say, oh, well, that's just fear mongering. But it's like, no, look around you.
Yeah.
And these are just facts. These are just things that's happening. And the pattern of it all. Y'all was just mad because we're early. We were early about it. We wasn't wrong. We was just early.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't want to see that shit. You're not going to be able to vote your way out of this. I promise you.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. These vote blue no matter who. Like, it's so strange.
If we just get the right people in office, do you know the job of a U.S. representative is to represent the state? Call you representative. Y'all kill me when you say that. I never understood that. They are not U.S. people representatives. They are the state representatives. They don't care about you.
They don't.
They all have the same agenda, and that is to Western hegemony, imperialism, to sustain the global market power in that. And they would stop and continue until there's nothing left, because that's how settler colonies work.
So when we talk about ICE, the first things that I really need to go ahead and tell you guys is ICE, police, DEA, AFK, I don't know, the ATF, they are all a part of the same oozing infection. And they are only out here to kill us. I need to make that perfectly clear. I'm sorry. So when you have the National Guard, and I mean the military, so when you have the National Guard come with coffee and donuts to give to the protesters, and y'all want to go ahead and talk about, oh my God, they're seeing our humanity, it's cold outside. I am so grossed out because you know what you asked for? You asked for no ICE presence. And you know what they gave you? They gave you coffee and fucking donuts. Don't that sound like when you go to your boss for a raise and they give you a fucking pizza fucking party and be like, oh my God, employee of the month. And you're like, none of this actually equals to dollars? They killed Renee Good and shot her 3 times in the face. They killed Preddy, and I believe it was 6 ICE officers and 10 bullets. They just executed him. An off-duty ICE officer lived in the same complex as Keith Porter Jr., and he executed him while he was off duty, and he's been in ICE since the Obama era.
That's different. It was different under Obama because he had.
You know why? Because it wasn't in your face. You couldn't see it. It wasn't in your face. You weren't see, and we also didn't have cell phones the way that we do now, where we're actually able to see somebody being dragged out of their fucking house like the fucking Gestapo. And that's the truth, man. You were. Let me tell you something. Both parties do not give a fuck. One does nothing, and the other destroys. So when we are asking Democrats to do something, they're like, oh my God, I said words online. I really hope the best for all you bitches.
Get the fuck out of town, ICE.
Like,
get out of our city.
You can't stay here. Stop it.
Get away. We're going to give you body cams so you can live this alone.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you more money too because we think
more money for more training so they can treat you better. Because, that's always done so well with the slave patrol. I mean, police.
Well, okay, with Gestapo and slave catchers. But we just got to train them. That way it can be...
So they can be... It's more humane slave catchers. Be more humane.
The rational effect, people. Republicans move things further to the right. Democrats stop any movement to the left. But at the end of the day, we're getting further and further right. Over to, what's it called?
Open the window.
Yeah. That's always been the goal. Smoke and mirrors, y'all.
And I just can't pretend that I'm going to be stupid anymore, to be honest. And I really want to talk. The last point that I want to make. Because even in death, you see the difference in how we are being treated. I also find it really disgusting that now white people really care about police brutality. I literally saw a Twitter or X or whatever the fuck talk about, man, why can't we go back to old police brutality?
And there it is.
When black and brown people were dying. Let me tell you something. There is a statewide strike going on in Minnesota. That was not happening for Philando Castile. That was not happening for Breonna Taylor. That was not happening for Tamir Rice. That was not happening for Trayvon Martin. That was not happening for... I could go... Like, Jesus, we have so many names. So many names. Sandra Bland. Jesus Christ. Sonia Massey. Like, we have so many fucking names. And y'all weren't doing that shit before. So expect black people to feel a little fucking bitter as you talk about, oh, this new America. Bitch, because it got to you. This always been our America. This was always our fucking reality. Stop it. And for those of them that look like us, that are also saying the same thing, it is because your money and some of your privilege has sheltered you for some of the reality that the rest of the black and brown people go through. Straight the fuck up.
And it's like y'all, because there are white folks out here, well, that was bad too when black folks got shot. It's like, yeah, but y'all still expected it. Y'all expected it. You may not have celebrated or, oh, yeah, it sucks. Oh my God, but another black person been shot. Damn, that's crazy. Y'all expected that to happen. And y'all don't want to dismantle the system that is causing that because you still have privilege and you still get benefits from it. But Renee and Alex, they were not good whites because they stood up against this white supremacist system that the only way it can survive is attacking black and brown folks and stealing resources. So now y'all are shook.
Because you didn't know white people could die from this too.
But y'all still don't care enough, even with them, because y'all ain't doing shit still.
Listen, and what I will say is that you're doing more than I've ever seen done before. But I can tell you right now, we're not really trying to swing the pendulum the way that we should. We should all stop paying taxes. Let me tell you something. We should all stop paying taxes. We all need to stop going to work and actually start relying on each other for food, for housing, to keeping the lights on, keeping cable, making sure that we're taking care of each other's kids. Like, if we were actually about that fucking action and made sure that we squeeze the fucking economy into a bottleneck that you can't get shit out of, for because that would put the power back in our hands. We haven't had jobs. How many of us are unemployed and have been unemployed for God knows how long? You got companies going ahead and giving all of our jobs to fucking AI and wondering why we can't get hired. If we were to go ahead and really do something about it and be like, guess what? You don't get shit from us. You 1%, who's going to wipe your ass? Who's going to go ahead and make sure there's groceries in the stores and serving you your fucking lunch and lattes?
Yeah.
If that was something that we were really about, that fucking action, and we were going to make sure that nobody could go ahead and get evicted, that the whole fucking neighborhood came out and made sure, and this is the thing, people are going to die doing this.
That's inevitable.
And let me tell you something, not everybody has to put themselves on the front lines. But they're going to have to be people that are going to have to put themselves on the front lines. Not everybody, because there's jobs for each person. I don't know why everybody thinks.
I just broke that duck.
You broke the duck? Okay, baby. All right. I love you. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. We're a real family here. Anyway,
Period.
I feel like people need to understand exactly where we are and the fight that is needed in order to bring to their doorstep. I'm telling, and it's unfortunate because people are going to die. They are in this fight. And I know that sounds so fucked up because no one will deserve it. But I promise you, us fighting the way that we will make it so much better for our children, for the people coming up around us. You don't even know the world that we could build and make sure that everybody deserves housing.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves food. Like we do.
I can't believe that's even a debate. Like, apparently being able to eat is a luxury now. I will never forget this whole SNAP situation, the things across all demographics or whatever. Why do y'all hate poor folks so much? Even when you're poor yourself, but that's how they want it. It's supposed to be like that.
That's how they want it. They want us to continue to be crabs in a barrel and drag each other down so that we don't actually look up and see who put us in the fucking barrel in the first place. Because why don't we have more fucking space? Like Jesus Christ. We need to start asking the right questions. That's really the issue that I'm having.
Why she got lobster?
They're like, what? Wait, what? Bitch, are they not? They're not cosplaying poor good enough for you? Do you realize what you're saying?
It's like the system is designed for you to hate poorness so much, even when you're poor your fucking self, even when you are 1 or 2 checks or an emergency away from being out on the street yourselves, to hate other poor folks because you too could still be a millionaire or billionaire someday, huh? Let's just put it in your face enough that way you can believe it.
And I'm gonna be fucking for real. Renee Good's GoFundMe is over $1 million. Preddy got to $1 million in less than 3 days. Keith Porter Jr., he is still at 126,000. You show us.
Every time.
You show us how much you value our lives. Every time.
Every time.
Because that man was a girl dad who taking videos with stickers all over his face and shit. That was a man who wasn't bothering a fucking soul. And we don't got the same energy for him. And I need y'all to stop pretending that you do. I I even made a video and said his name was Dylan Porter. I had to go ahead and make sure I corrected that in the caption. You know how fucking shameful that is? Why? Because what I'm seeing more is Renee Good. I'm seeing more Alex Pretty. I'm seeing Renee Good. They're emblazing the names in our mind, and the other names we're forgetting about even when it looks like us. I had to check myself. The way that we are meant to.
Y'all didn't expect white supremacy to eat itself, but it always does. Every time. And settler colonies cannot survive without violence.
And now white people are looking at the fact that they were colonized as well. Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You weren't just supposed to be just whites.
So for you dumb motherfuckers who, I voted for Trump for the economy because I'm a poor white person, y'all been fooled too.
I'm economically conservative.
I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up.
Literally. And I have nothing. I'm good.
Oh, and the guy that shot Renee, I think his fucking GoFundMe is $1 million. So it's like, what does that say?
The man who shot Renee. Okay.
What's his name? Justin.
I never bothered to learn that name.
Of course. So y'all not gonna sit here and tell me that racism and white like. And what's the guy's name that shot Keith? Anyways.
We see
it.
And that's what makes community harder. Because of the fact that we see. So it almost feels like we have to be the ones to bite our tongues.
We can't listen to what y'all say because we see what y'all do.
But I also want to say that no matter how small your community is, you have way more power than you think you do. I swear to God you do. And listen, regardless of it all, don't you think I'm proud of the work that people in Minnesota are doing? Regardless of the fact that there's been black people who have been shot in Minnesota before and no one gave a fuck. And I'm still proud of the work that they're doing right now. Walk and chew gum. Yeah. I'm disgusted.
Because this is literally the only way. Because again, we're all we got.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to move forward. And I'm sorry, there's gonna have to be some kind of class solidarity at the end of the day. There really is. Just like when I say that you can't be pro-black unless you are pro all black people. I'm sorry, there's gonna have to be some things where we're gonna have to push to the side so we can actually move to the collective goal of fucking up the 1% to making sure they never fuck with us again. We need to be Nepal. We need to make sure that the niggas is going into a helicopter and running the fuck away while we go ahead and wave a Luffy flag. That's what the fuck we need to be doing.
Yep.
But, hey.
It's the only way. Ain't no call your representatives. Ain't no, we'll just wait till midterms if we have one. Ain't no, we'll just gotta get a Democratic president. They work for the state. I can't stress that. I say this just damn near every episode.
Yeah. No, it's true though.
Because this is not a liberal page, y'all.
No.
This is not a liberal podcast.
At all.
I remember when I got hit up for dragging Obama a couple months ago.
Oh my God.
And they were saying, call me coons and all sorts of stuff. I said, if anything, the biggest coon is your fave, who is working for the white supremacist system to make sure that it sustains itself.
Like, he's working for a Western imperialist nation. Like, you have to understand that this is, like, the job of the president is literally antithetical to our growth as a people. I feel like we're not realizing that it's not just the person, it's the institution, it's the fucking system. And just because you put blackface on the system doesn't mean I won't see it. I'm not stupid, and I'm sorry you fell for it. And for you to think that means that I'm anti-black as I continue to go ahead and fight for black people while you harm black people. Did you hear Obama say nothing about Trayvon Martin that was actually fucking helpful or do shit about it? Fuck out of here. Anyway.
And he was the exception, not the rule.
Let's make that very fucking clear, okay? Let's be fucking for real. But anyway, on to our last topic. I am gonna go ahead and play the video. Let's go over here.
Good.
Somebody cooking.
Somebody cooking, girl.
Somebody could.
The Heritage Foundation, the creators of Project 2025 and Project Esther, are creating a $280 billion initiative to send unmarried people to government-sponsored marriage camps. The organization quite literally says successful completion of the program would mean couples are ready to walk down the aisle by the end of the boot camp. This is all a part of their Saving America by Saving the Family campaign. But, like, this is ridiculous. They also want to find people who aren't married and don't have children by the age of 30. I believe it was like $20,000 that you would be fined if you didn't have a kid by the age of 30. They also want to get rid of no-fault divorce, birth controls in general. So IUDs, things like so. Like, they also caution against IVF because they don't want the idea that embryos can be destroyed. Every day, bro, it's something new.
My.
It's like, The Heritage Foundation.
Wow.
But I'm the crazy one when I say that these people need to be put down, quote unquote. Because I can't say that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You know.
So
We know why they're doing this.
we know why they're doing this, but now the next video that I'm going to play is going to tell you why it's going to work.
Scary times.
Romance, as we know it today, is a fantasy created in the minds of white women during the 1800s. A lot of people like to believe that it's men who created romance to trap women, but that's actually not true. The original romantic genre was a philosophical and poetic movement focusing around nature, the sublime, individual genius, and revolution, not courtship and transformative love. It was white women who hijacked and redefined the entire genre and made it a world of that. They took the one area of life in which they had agency and created a cosmic narrative around it based on a fictional narrative. Courtship was never about love. It was a procedural, economic act of provision. And white women took that and rewrote it as a spiritual journey of discernment and transformative love. Even the type of male characters that they create are based off of a narrative that never existed. The brooding, dark, mysterious man who only she could unlock his love was a fictional concept that they created to pathologize upon the man that they would have to spend the rest of their life with, essentially by force. The deep, sensitive, and morally discerning man did not need to exist for the system to function, but it did need to exist for women to endure the system. So they created it in their minds. All of this world building surrounding domestic life, courtship, and a benevolent patriarch was a survival mechanism built to protect the psyche from the reality of perpetual servitude or perpetual property. It was an invented narrative lie that made the truth bearable. Romance as women know it was never real. It was a fantasy built in the minds of white women to protect them from their actual reality, to make their worlds more endurable. That's not to say that love isn't real or wasn't real in these worlds, but they built a fictional architecture around love to make the oppressive structure feel like a choice. So romance was never real. It was created in the minds of oppressed white women to help cushion the blow of their actual oppressive reality. And how did I come to this conclusion? Reading Wuthering Heights. Bored, sad, oppressed white women in their gilded cages with nothing left to do but write fantasy for days and days and days. How did we not put this together sooner? How did this lie get passed down for generations to come, even after forced marriages were stopped, even after women got their rights to property? It's crazy to me that this fairy tale was continuously passed down even after women got rights. How did we get here? Anyways, the more that you know,
child. And then we ain't even gotten to the like how Christianity comes into a play.
Oh my goodness! Of course, Christianity is the skin tag that no one can remove.
It's a secret covenant from God.
Yeah, like a fucking boil on my ass. But no,
like a fucking corn on my foot.
No, for real. I that's why I say that what they're trying to do, it can work. And it's the reason why it can work is because we have been fed through just through the romance that they sold us alone. That we've been sold this idea that this is possible. So the reason why what they're doing can work is because we've already like coming from a brainwashed state of mind. Like systemically. Like this is what we've been taught. This is with every single fucking Disney movie. Like this is something that wasn't just embedded in our romance novels. It's embedded in our TV. Like think about like the miserable wife and the husband who does nothing right and uses weaponized incompetence to become a victim. And we think that it's funny and we think that it's charming and we're like, oh, so cute. Oh, she should stop being mad. She's such a nag. Like we have been almost etching in our own unhappiness as just an attribute of coupling. We've already designed this to suffer a little bit if we're going to keep it a buck. Just saying. So when they decide, the putting us in camps, I just want to let you know, a lot of bitches gonna die.
Yep.
We gonna die, friend. Cause they not taking me nowhere.
Y'all got me fucked up.
Got me fucked up. Ooh, nigga got me fucked up. Not today, not the one. Fucked up. Shout out to Amanda Seals. Okay, cause there's no way I will like when I say whether it is in. Whether it was at my house or in transport, you will never get me to that place. And if you do get me to my place, you just have my body. My spirit is elsewhere.
I don't know what to tell y'all.
I'm gone now.
You know?
I'm gone now.
That's why it saddens me when people use it, even in like the queer community. Well, that's why that's why you ain't got you a man. You still single. Well, you too fine to this. Or, well, you ain't got you a man. You a single woman. You like something wrong with you. You need to start you a family. It's all connected to the system. It's all connected to white supremacy.
And just because this is the queer community, you would think that the same hangups would not be our hangups, but that it's the same exact shit. It's the same exact shit. How oppressive it is for femmes with the people that they are with a lot of times, where they're expected to cook and clean and do everything. That's
that's one of the first things I get asked is, are you femme? And if so, can you cook? And I'll be like, well, first of all, I'm just me. You know.
My name's Erin. Nice to meet you.
It's like, and if I was femme, what if I didn't want to? You know, what if I didn't want to cook? What now?
Does that mean you beat my ass? Like you want to watch one of those black and whites to the moon, Alice? Is that what you think is about to happen? No. These oppressive systems are things that permeate all of our communities. Period. Yeah. And this is not just a white woman problem, because we all drunk the Kool-Aid of the tall, dark, and handsome man who's supposed to save us from everything. Or tall, dark, and masked, whatever. You know, depending on what we asking for. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us are looking for that. And that's the truth. A lot of us are like really into this nuclear family bullshit. A lot of us are trying to, again, dismantle the master's house with the master's tools. And we wonder why we end up eating ourselves. That's really where it comes from. And that was the only reason why I put that on there, is because I really wanted it to be known that this is a system. I don't want you to feel individually attacked girlies who are on book talk, who love to go ahead and like fuck aliens and they sleep when they be listening to the audiobooks. I'm not talking about you, okay? I understand. You know, I'm saying just go ahead and like go with me on a journey of realism for like 2 seconds and realize it's a system. You can go back and Twitter finger yourself to death after you're done. DJ, honey.
Okay.
Wicked. Do all of those things. But I'm just saying, please notice it's a system. Just notice it's a system. And know it's a system that you can drink the Kool-Aid of. Because if we don't know, then we don't know when we're drinking it. That's why I'm saying we have to understand what's happening. That's all I'm saying. I am not telling anybody to go ahead and throw away their books, okay?
Right.
Listen, I want you to masturbate how you masturbate, honey. But what I'm saying is that I just want you to be able to look at it from a objective place. Just for 2 seconds, walk with me on this journey and be like, and think to yourself, everything's connected. I'm really tired of looking like that one nigga from It's Sunny in Philadelphia being like, with the red strings and shit and being like, don't you see that this is all together? we come on, man. Don't make me feel crazy by myself. All right, anyway. Oh my goodness. Not us getting through all the topics. We
did. I'm proud of us.
Hey. Okay. Clap for us. All right, anyways. Well, I just want to thank you all for tuning in to the Earth is Ghetto podcast. I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded immediately so that you guys can see. But I just want to say again, I am so thankful for the community that we have made. We are small, we are mighty, but we are also black and queer and accomplices only. Guys, get your shit together. And I'm so glad for all of us to be here in this space, because even though the world is trying to tear us down, our identities coupled with what we're willing to do to go ahead and make sure that we can keep each other safe is the reason for it all. It's the reason why we're so powerful, and it's the reason why at the end of the day, I feel it, we're gonna win. I may not be here at the end, but it's gonna be because we're gonna win.
Yeah, it's inevitable. And they want you to look at this as like a negative, oh, well, what's the point? What's the point of doing this? Hopeless, yes. You can't have a revolution without hope. And if there's no joy, you can't have hope.
There you go.
Joy is also resistance. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. They want you to.
And that's why Aaron says, get into your bag, go ahead and do all your art, go ahead and sing out loud, let it look cringe, go ahead and color, do some fucking cartwheels, bitch, go ahead and skate, do whatever the fuck your heart desires, because you still need that piece of hope inside you, because that's gonna be where the fight comes from.
And this is kind of random, but like speaking of like community, something that I thought about or remind myself is art is very, very communal. And I've been hard on myself, like when it comes to my singing and like trying to sound like other people. It's like, oh, well, I don't sound like this, and I don't know. But it's like I look at singers who I look up to, for example, Sade, one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard in my life.
One of the most distinct voices.
You know who it is. She doesn't do a whole bunch of runs. She doesn't even have vibrato. And it's some of them. Her voice is beautiful.
And she doesn't need to be anybody else. Her tone. Oh, you would always know who she is.
And you feel that human emotion still, and it's so strong. And it brings people together.
That's true.
So don't let anyone tell you that your passion, oh, well, you need to be feeling bad about doing what keeps you happy right now during these times, because look around you, you piece of shit, and you just doom scroll for your entire life. No! Do what you love. It keeps you happy, and that way you can provide for other people in your community as well. If you're not together, how can the people that you love be together? How can you help take care of them?
Absolutely. And they say it all the time. When they go ahead and talk about like bears, they say if a mother bear is starving and she's got 2 kids that are starving and she finds some meat, should she give it to the kids or should she give it to herself? And the answer, and when I say how many people are like, well, the baby bears. She needs to eat it so that she actually has the strength to hunt in order to bring back food for her babies.
Right.
Let's be real. We got to stop depleting ourselves like that. There's the only way that we're going to be good community members is if we actually are treating ourselves kindly. That's the only way it's going to work.
Yeah, we're not robots. We got to get out of that mindset. Like, we're human. We got to keep our ourselves up so that we can take care of not just ourselves, but the people that we love around us.
It's true.
That's how we get power. And
Ashe.
let that shit spread. It's inevitable. And with that note,
Okay.
we're going to wrap this up. And when am I off again? When do you want to do another show?
When's your next off day? We'll do another show on your next off day.
Let me put that out on Cali calendar.
Oh, well, actually, we'll do a live. Your next, a behind the scenes for the next show.
Depending on what tomorrow look like. Because, girl, I ain't got time.
Then tomorrow, listen, we could do a live as soon as tomorrow, baby.
And if not tomorrow, then Sunday.
Okay, perfect. Well, again, thank you guys for coming to tune in. This is the Earth is Ghetto podcast. Please remember that being queer is African, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye, hoes.
Peace.